Hey guys, for today's video, I have this makeup tutorial right here that I'm gonna do for you guys. It's this gray, charcoaly, deep, kind of smoky, but not too smoky, cool tone smoky eye. You guys, I kid you not, when I say I've been wanting to film this look for since I started my YouTube channel. I made a whole list when I first started my YouTube channel of what I wanted to do, what I wanted to film. I had gray smoky eye on that list and I'm just now getting around to filming it. Story of my life. It takes me forever to do anything. Welcome to my channel. I love the tones. They're like gray, they're kind of sad, depressing. Really reminds me of like my moody, angsty teenage years. Like drama at its finest. I was like a hardcore like emo girl back in the day. Like I went through it, okay? I used to listen to Scary Kids, Scaring Kids, My Chemical Romance, which I actually still listen to because I still love their music, A Day to Remember, Haste the Day, Bane. Carrie used to pick me up in her car and we would just like jam out to that music so hardcore. We would turn it up so loud. We'd be smoking our cigarettes, being like these dramatic teenagers. We were going through our feelings. And now here I am, a grown woman, like as an adult, and I'm like, oh God, could you have been any more dramatic? Seriously. This reminds me of a look that we used to do though, like back in the day, where we would kind of do like this like charcoaly shade on the lid, and we would do like a lot of eyeliner and lots of mascara because their like lashes weren't really a thing back then. But this is more of like my grown up, like better blended version of it. That really wasn't the inspiration behind it when I had this video in mind. When I was like doing my makeup, I was like, didn't I do a look similar to this back in the day when I was like a hardcore like rocker girl? So yeah, this is what I have for you guys today. If you want to see how I got this look, then just go ahead and keep watching. We're gonna get started right now. What was this? Spirit fingers? What the fuck? Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get started right now. Let's just zoom in a little bit closer. I really like these like more up close tutorials. Excuse my voice, my body is really trying to get sick and I'm doing my best to say no, 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 stay back. I'm taking lots of vitamin C, lots of Zicam, lots of medicine. I hope that it goes away and it doesn't actually like come in full force. That's why my voice sounds kind of weird. It's like really like puberty-y today. It's like super squeaky. It's like annoying as shit. I'm gonna start by priming my eye. I'm taking MAC Soft Ochre. I'm really liking doing these like much more up close videos. Since I got a new camera, it autofocuses so much better than my old one. And I'm taking full advantage because I can. Today I actually ended up setting my base, which I normally don't do, but I just felt like doing it today because I hadn't done it in a while. I'm gonna jump into this palette. This is the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. You can see how abused mine is. I'm gonna take this one right here. You can see it's very much used up. That's because when I used to set my base, that was my go-to shade. So I'm gonna take this brush from BH. This is the V17. This is the brush that I like to go to set in between my brows, but I also use this brush when I used to be like a regular eyeshadow base setter. This is the brush that I use. So I'm just gonna go in and do a light little Sigma E40. I'm gonna start with this one. And the first shade I'm gonna take is this one right here. This is the shade Bedrock from Makeup Geek. We're gonna go in with a couple of gray shades from a couple of different palettes. Typically I like to stick to one palette, or I like to do something that's easy for people. If you have one palette, you don't have to have all these different products to recreate this eye, and please don't go out and feel like you have to have all these specific products to recreate this eye. This is just what I decided to do because I don't have a lot of gray tones. I literally only have this one single shadow from Makeup Geek, and then I'm gonna dip into a couple of other grays that I have in palettes, but use what you have at home to recreate this. This is a pretty light shade, but I'm gonna go ahead and just build this up until it gets to like a little bit of like a medium tone gray. It takes a little while to get it to that, but we can build it up nonetheless. Just kind of bring it out here so it's not choppy on the end. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my E25 and I'm going to go into the Sultry palette. And again, don't feel like you have to have all these palettes to recreate this look. If you want to recreate this, work with what you have basically. I'm gonna go into the shade right here. This is the shade Slate. It actually looks like when you hold it up next to Bedrock, they look almost the same in tone. Almost. The shade is just a little bit darker, but this is what's gonna help you add that gradient to the eye. Just gonna go right below that and then more like in the actual fold of my eye, but still right below that. Like we don't want to cover up that lighter shade. And I'm just gonna take my E40 and I'm just gonna do a little, just kind of smush it all together. And then I'm going to take this brush. This is a Sigma Firm Shader. It looks just like this. This is one of my favorite brushes to go in and pack shadow on the lid. It's dense, but it's fluffy at the same time. So I don't know if that makes sense, but it just disperses a matte shadow beautifully. I don't like to go in with like a flat packing brush because I feel like it just kind of like stamps on a matte shade. I don't want it to just be like a harsh stamp of color. So I like to go in with this brush, and I'm gonna take the shade right here. This actually looks like a really cool tone brown in the pan, but when you get it on the eye, it doesn't look like it has any brown at all. You can see it on this eye. Remember once I tried to do like a brown smoky eye with this palette, and I went in with that in the crease, and it was so gray, and I was pissed because I messed up my look. I guess you learn as you go. So I'm just gonna take this and I'm going to pack it onto the lid. See, it's kind of like a darker charcoaly color. Kind of carving out the shape of my lid like this. Just like really pressing it in, and then I'm gonna go in with my E25. There's nothing left on here. I'm just going to blend this like that. I'm gonna take MAC Nylon. It has been the hottest of hot minutes since I used this. This is actually like my favorite brow bone highlight of all time, but it's always in my Z palette, and a lot of times when I do looks, I do just like whatever highlight shade is in the palette, but I forgot how much I love this because it's been so long that I used it. So I'm just gonna take this. It's just so pretty because it's icy, but it's not like overly icy. You know, it's just like the perfect highlight shade, I feel like. I'm gonna go in with a black shade. I'm just gonna take this one from Kat Von D because I have it right here. I'm gonna take my M432, and first what I'm gonna do is actually stamp this on the lash line. I wanted to add a little more depth to the lash line, but then I'm gonna go in with this little baby pencil brush. This is also from Morphe. It's an M149. Any teeny tiny pencil brush like this will do, but I actually used a bigger pencil brush and I found that it was too big.
That's what she said.
I will throw in a That's What She Said whenever I have the chance, okay? You can always expect that. Dude, me and my sister-in-law are so annoying because we're like the queens of That's What She Said, and we'll be at a family party and one of us will say a That's What She Said situation, and like instantly together, always. It's so annoying. This is just a smaller pencil brush, and I found that this was a better size for like this precise of an area since it's such a smaller area. The bigger pencil brush just, it wasn't like doing it for me. I want it to be really kind of smoldery looking, kind of like blending out that line, but I wanted to also initially lay the color down first before I blended, just so I kind of had like a little bit of something to work with as the base. And then I'm actually going to take the shade that we used on the lid, and I'm gonna go just a little bit over that line because I don't want it to look like liner. I just want it to look like it's just kind of like a smudge, you know? So taking that lid shade and just going like over the very top of the line just to blend it out even further. And then that's actually it. So we're just gonna go ahead and move on to lashes. Lash Paradise. Just gonna prep my lashes. These are from Koko. These should be no surprise. They're Venus. These are the same ones that I tell you in every video that I've used them 75 million times, and this is gonna be the last time, but it's never the last time. They've been going strong. These are like the perfect lash. They're so beautiful. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pop these on, and then we'll work on the face. So I just went ahead and did my base because I felt like that step was just so boring, and I'm using the same foundations that I've been using. So I'm trying to finish these off. I'm almost done with these two. I have 77 other foundations I need to finish before I even think about buying more. So I just went ahead and did that concoction. I'm gonna go ahead and do concealer now, and I'm gonna do the same thing I always do because this is what I like. Shape Tape, we're doing light, medium, honey. I'm gonna do like just barely any of this because I don't know if it's showing on camera. I mean, I'm sure it is. I just don't want to admit it. I'm like really pale. Like I'm super pale. So I don't want a lot of that because that's like my corrector shade. And then we'll do Light Sand. And oh, by the way, I tried the e.l.f. concealer again and I hate it. Like, I literally hate it. I'm gonna try it one more time. I'm gonna give it one more chance, and if it doesn't work out, I'm gonna throw it away because I think it's horrible. After I tried it out for the first time, I went and watched some reviews and everybody seems to love it. And it's literally the worst concealer I have ever used in my entire life. I've tried it with different primers, I've tried it with different foundations, and it always ends the same way where I have to just take off that part of my makeup with a wipe and completely redo it. I'm gonna give it one more chance and I'll let you guys know. I also like to go really bright on the under eye when I have like a top heavy eyeshadow look like this. I always feel like if I have a really heavy eye, I need to balance the bottom. Okay, so let's go in with some essence. I'm just looking for my e.l.f. brush. Pop out the creases. I'm still using this bitch because I just think it's like the best powder I've ever used. Pretty Vulgar. What is in this stuff? Magic? I don't know, but I'm so in love with it. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you guys, I love the e.l.f. Putty Primer. I used it today. It's so nice. I've been using it ever since I did that video and like I still love it. I think it's so good. I don't know if I like it more than my Cover FX primer, but it's such a good freaking drugstore primer. Somebody just recommended to me to try the Crease primers. I just ordered them. I should be getting them soon. And then I got this new palette from LA Splash. Actually, I think the package is supposed to come tomorrow, so I want to film with it. It's this palette called Great Gatsby or something like that. I don't know, but I saw it online at Ulta and I was like, what the hell? And I've heard of LA Splash, but I'm pretty sure I've never used it before, so I want to do a look with that palette. It looks stunning. I haven't heard anybody talking about it, so that should, hopefully I'm supposed to get my Ulta package tomorrow, and then I will try to have that up by Friday. I'm still doing a lash video for you guys, I promise. I know I said it a while back, but I just haven't been satisfied with my lash picks, and I just want to give you guys more. Like, I'm still on the hunt for more, and it's coming. I don't know when, but it's coming soon. I want more. Like, I want to bring you guys more, so I'm still looking, but it's coming soon. Do not worry. This is the City Bronzer, the number 200. It looks just like this. I know I used this in my drugstore video, but I can't remember if I used it as a bronzer or a contour. I think I used it as a contour, yeah, because I used the Wet n Wild ones as bronzers, but I want to try this as like an actual bronzer today because it has a little bit of a sheen to it. So I'm going to take this brush from e.l.f. I love this brush. This is the Flawless Face Brush. I used this for bronzer in my e.l.f. video. I liked it as a contour, but it's a little warm for me, so I think this would best be used as a bronzer. Yeah, I think that looks nice. What do you guys think? It's showing up on my skin, but it's like a very subtle bronze. Like, if you guys know me, you know I use face products that are way too dark for my skin. Like, I use the Butter Bronzer. I mean, obviously, I'm sure you guys know that, but I use the darkest shade that they have because I just want to be tan. I think that this is just a little light for my liking, but it'll work for now until I work on my summertime glow. But yeah, I mean, it looks nice. I think it looks really pretty. I'm gonna go ahead and take this e.l.f. bronzer. I do really like this too, Forever Sun-Kissed. I mentioned this in my e.l.f. video. Well, I didn't mention it, I used it. But I'm gonna go ahead and use this to contour. And I'm gonna take my little contour brush from Real Techniques and I'm just gonna go just right here. And then I'll kind of take it up here to kind of like help, you know, even things out. Go ahead and do that. Just do a little bit just to clean up and kind of sharpen that line because I'm into looking like I'm thinner than I actually am. I don't like to really bake my face for that long. The only part I do like to bake that I don't mind it just sitting on my face is down here, because the longer you let it bake, the sharper it is. But I feel like just on this part of my face where, you know, things tend to get cakey easier, I'll just leave it on for like the bare minimum. Like I'll bake my under eyes and right around here where I have finer lines where my makeup creases, and I'll kind of do my bronzer, my contour and everything, and then I'll just go ahead and dust it away because I don't like it on for that long. Let me go ahead and touch up my brows because they're driving me crazy right now. I'm using this e.l.f. pencil again today that I used in my e.l.f. video. I'm gonna actually go ahead and link that up here. I feel like it's this side? I can't remember. It'll be up here somewhere because I discovered a lot of good products in that video if you guys haven't seen it yet. This, however, I like the formula. I really do, but I'm still not sure about the color. The color to me is just like the tiniest bit off. I almost feel like it has like a green tint to it. And I was looking at myself when I did my brows, because obviously I did my brows off camera, and I was like, why do my brows look so weird? Like I couldn't pinpoint it, and I was like, is it too warm? Because I know I mentioned it in that video that I thought it was a little warm, but I don't think it's that. It just looks a little green to me. I did look online and they have a cool brown, I think, or they have an ash brown, something more that I would reach for. So I think I'll go ahead and try that out, and I might give this away to somebody else because I just don't like the tone. Like the more I look at my brows, I'm like, ugh, I just don't like, I mean, I like the formula, I don't like the color. I do, however, love this. This is the Wow Brow from e.l.f. I've been reaching for this a lot. It's like a fiber brow gel type of situation. This is also neutral brown, but I feel like this is like an actual like true to color. It's not like, it doesn't have that weird tint that I feel like the pencil has. So I'm gonna go ahead and just use a little bit of this. I don't really use a ton of brow gel, but I do like to do just like a nice little coat to make sure my brows don't move. And then this also helps fill in like any missing gaps that I might have missed. Let's go ahead and dust this away. See how it just leaves that nice cast? And I don't think I mentioned this, but I still am loving the ColourPop, the translucent powder. I'm actually almost out of it. This is pretty much the only baking powder that I use for this part of my face. I know I'm so high maintenance. I have one for my under eye. I have one for my face. I have one to bake my contour. It's ridiculous, but it is what it is. I love this for baking my contour because I love the cast that it leaves when I dust it away. I want like a very soft blush since the eye is so heavy. This is the Ambient Hourglass Brilliant Nude. I told you guys I love mixing this with the NARS Loose Orgasm Blush, but I'm actually just going to use this by itself today because I want to go for like a really soft, like a pretty flush. I love it with my whole heart and soul. I'm going to go in with the Morphe highlighter. This is the shade Spark. I talked about this in my drugstore video. I never thought I would say that I would like kind of like a pinky tone highlighter, but I love this so much. I have not been able to stop using it. I love it. Do you see how beautiful that is? I don't even know if the camera's doing it justice, really. It's so just truly beautiful, and coming from somebody who is not a huge fan of Morphe, this is just so stunning. Do you see that? I really hope you guys can see how beautiful this is. It's really, really lovely. Lovely? Who am I? I will just hit the little tippy. We're not done. No, no, no. You thought we were done, but we're not. I'm gonna take the Fenty, how many carats? Because I want to. This is so stunning. Oh, like, I know this might be too much for some people, but it's not too much for me. And I think it looks really pretty. I'm going to take my flat brush, if I could find it. Where are you? I'm gonna go in with the shade that we used on the lid. I want it to be like a little bit of a more lighter smoky situation. Press it on the lower lash line. And then I'm going to take my E17. I'm gonna take Bedrock. This is the Makeup Geek shadow. And I'm just gonna blend the shit out of this. We're gonna do a little bit of inner corner action with Nylon. Mascara on the lower lashes. for lippies, I'm gonna take these two Liquid Catsuit High Shine lipsticks. I also use these in my drugstore video, which I will put up here somewhere. Zen Nudes. I'm gonna lay this down first. Oh my god, you guys, I love these so much. Like, so much. I haven't even taken them out of my purse. I wear them all the time. I'm so in love with these. I love you, Wet n Wild. This is Caught You Bare Naked. I'm gonna put this right in the center. This is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful for you. I think it turned out super pretty. I am just like living for it. I'm living for the gray. I know, we're in the end of February, it's gonna be March, and then soon it's gonna be April showers, bring May flowers, and I don't care. I'm like feeling it. I'm feeling this look. I hope you guys are too. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure if you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe before you go. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos, and just go ahead and give me a thumbs up, like just for shits and gigs. If you guys have any requests, leave them in the comment box below so I can film them for you. I think that's all I have to say. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! Oh, that tastes like an asshole. That's, what the fuck am I trying to say? Like, I literally cannot spit my fucking words out. Ew. Really, really love this one because it's so motherfucker. Damn, I think I sneezed my lash off. Oh my god, body, please stop. How annoying could you be? Seriously. Just like my mersed. They're highlighters. And I'm going.